Right, good afternoon, everyone. The first is to try to make sure that we exchange the names of people we believe in either of our countries that have been trying to incite or foment this type of extremism. Secondly, in relation to the exchange of data, particularly on communications and telecommunications, so that we're able to keep a record of some of the things that these people may have done going back over a period of time. Thirdly, an exchange of information and best practice about how we protect the most vulnerable sites, since again these are things of common interest to both of us. And fourthly, how we combat the radicalisation, particularly of the younger element in the Muslim community here in France and other parts of Europe. From British, 3 questions from French journalists who will be chosen by our 2 lovely assistants here. My message to anybody who may know of any information about those responsible for last Thursday's attack is to give that information to the police. I think that's very, very obvious.
Mr. Prime Minister, in an interview with Reuters 2 days back, you said that you would come forward. The second area that we referred to was to keep telecoms data for a longer period, which in the case of legal proceedings would enable us to trace the whereabouts and to trace events linked to a terrorist event. If we keep this data for several years, then in legal terms we can prove that there was contact between different groups.
Implied change in position by the Foreign Secretary, and also whether you would agree with some sections of the British public that Iraq and event...
At this moment, what is important is that we stand absolutely firm against this ideology and say we are not going to yield 1 inch to it, but we're going to stand in solidarity with our own people and with others in defeating it.
We, for our part, need to take account of those crises, because the more these crises can be restricted, the more we will have a greater possibility of denying the terrorists any legitimacy of basing their acts on these events.
Thank you very much.